Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Six. This is a very special week on the Daily Six, where we are doing just a line by line, verse by verse study of Psalm 51. So, would you get Psalm 51 open? I recorded my study, just a long form, about a half hour of me studying. We're just going to drop in and keep reading Psalm 51. Get it open and come on with me. Verse 2. Wash away all my iniquity. Cleanse me from my sin. This word cleanse just kind of stood out. Wash and cleanse. And then down here, I find verse 2, 51:2. And I see what he has a commentary here on the word wash. David is asking God to wash him as a filthy garment, to cleanse me, to make me clean in your sight. But what I notice here is he's asking God to do it. I can't clean myself up. That's an insight. See, I feel like these are impressions the Holy Spirit's giving me right now. God, I need you to wash away my iniquity. I need you to cleanse me of my sin because I'm not capable of doing it. How many times do I pull back from God and withhold my engagement with God because I feel like I have to clean something up before he'll receive me? Verse 3, he's calling out to God for mercy because, verse 3, for I know my transgressions. My sin is always before me. I know when I'm wrong. It's my conscience feels it. And then something else strikes me as I read verse 4. Against you, and you only have I sinned, and done what is evil in your sight, so that you're proved right when you speak and justified when you judge. Now, this is an interesting thought to me, because David had actually sinned against Bathsheba. He took her out of her marriage faithfulness. He sinned against her husband Uriah the Hittite when, to cover up his sin, he had him killed. That's a pretty, like, killing somebody is like the worst sin you can commit against them, right? But he says here, against you, God, against you only have I sinned. And so I'm sitting here reflecting on that. Holy Spirit, show me something about that. And I think I'm just reading the plain reading of the text, that David's sin, while yes, against another human being, the greatest breaking is he has broken the heart of God. He's done something that in God's economy, God's eyes, is so profoundly evil. And so I skip down to the little text note here. Against you, you only. So the little commentator here, David acknowledges that his sin was preeminently against God. He had violated specific covenant stipulations, and you see some other Bible verses that are given there to think about and contemplate, so we could chase after those. So he's recognizing that. Let's keep reading. Verse 4, against you, you only have I sinned. I've done what's evil in your sight. So you're proved right when you speak, justified when you judge. So God is just in his anger and in his wrath. Now, interesting truth comes next. Verse 5. Surely I was sinful at birth, sinful from the time that my mother conceived me. I've been sinful from the beginning. This is a context of all humanity. So my mind is drawn to this. My memory of other Bible verses pops in and over in Romans chapter 3. Let's flip over there. Romans chapter 3, verse 10. There is no one who is righteous, not even one. No one who understands, no one who seeks God. Okay, there's a statement that we've all sinned. But you might remember just a little later in chapter 3, maybe even have this memorized in chapter 3, verse 23, that says, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. and yet we're justified freely by his grace. So as I'm reading Psalm 51, what I'm discovering here is David, even in the Old Testament, is understanding a New Testament truth that it's revealed to us in the New Testament that every single person has sinned, every single one of us. It's begun from our birth, from the time my mother conceived me, there has been a sin nature in me. And this is important because you might even say, hey, an embryo in the mother's womb, how can that be sinful? Embryo hadn't even made decisions. Yeah, exactly. This is the truth, that every single human being is birthed with a nature of sin. All right, so friends, can you give God 6 more minutes as this video wraps up? And can you circle through this text, soak through this text? What has God spoken to you? And can you make a prayer point out of these things? God, what is it you want to speak to me? I'm drawn to this acknowledgement of my transgressions, this reality that I've been sinful from the very beginning. God, can you show that to me with compassion? Remember, we prayed yesterday, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion. God, can you show this to me? Lord, speak powerfully, would you? Reveal to me the condition of my heart, but do it in the context of your compassion and your unfailing love. Make that your prayer point. And coming back tomorrow, we're going to keep going in our study of Psalm 51. We'll see you then, right here on the Daily Six.